Yeah, you like your independence, which is fine, which is good. I like that too. I like that. I like that you have your
hands up at me. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Melissa Gorga on Display with me, your favorite Jersey girl, Melissa Gorga.
Joe Gorga in the house.
Yeah, he never lets me introduce him, but I was going to give you a very nice introduction had you let me.
You should have. My name should have came out first.
I was going to say, and your favorite Jersey guy, Joe Gorga.
There you go. That's nice.
Well, why didn't you let me introduce you properly?
I didn't think you were going to do it the right way. I just wanted to come out
see,
strong.
You bit your nose to spite your face.
I bit my nose.
Isn't that a thing? Is that a thing? You bite your nose to spite your face, right?
I don't know. I'm Italian. We never talk like that.
Yes, you did. Everybody says you bite the nose to spite the face.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's like you screwed yourself.
Did you?
No.
Never.
Anyway.
If I screwed myself, I'd be a very, very rich man because I wouldn't have a wife spending all my money.
Or family or love or anything else.
I'd have a family because I'd have family all over the place. I have kids with.
Oh, wonderful.
15.
You'd just be one of those.
Did you just see that new movie? The guy had 95
Oh, my
children.
God. It's not a movie. Guys, I don't know if you watch this on Netflix. It's called... What was the name of it on Netflix?
I don't know, but he was a doctor and he just put his sperm into everybody.
Yes, so he was a doctor, and me and Joe just were randomly looking through Netflix, and he did in vitro for all of these women. So when the men went to give the sperm in the cup to put it into their wives, in vitro, it was called Our Father. That's what it was called, Our Father.
Yeah.
So he would take his own sperm. Okay. And he would inject his own sperm into all of these women, creating himself millions of children all over the place.
To be exact, 95 brothers and sisters.
95. There was 95 brothers and sisters. So this man just kept putting his sperm in every woman who came in. And all of these poor fathers, this is a true story.
Yeah.
All of these poor fathers and children, this is their daddy, and they thought they grew up with their real daddy, but their real daddy's not their daddy. And a lot of them had a feeling they weren't right. A lot of them had a feeling that they didn't look right.
They didn't look like I got pale skin and you're dark skin, and they were I look different. That's horrible. Imagine that.
What kind of person you have to be? You literally want to. He's almost like mastermind. He's creating a world of his own children.
You know, when you were going to do that, you were doing that. What's that called? That thing you did.
What?
That
That's
thing.
Freezing your eggs. That's
no,
completely
not freezing
different.
your eggs. No, you were doing that thing when you were checking, see if you had a sister. What's that called?
Oh, like the 23andMe?
Yeah, they did that 23andMe, and that's
Yes.
how they all found out of each other. You know, that's how.
Because someone did 23andMe and it was popping up that they had a sibling. It's weird. When I did the 23andMe, it did pop. My sisters do pop up on it.
Yeah, and remember when you wanted to do it, and I was so worried. I said, well, there you go. She might come out with 18 sisters.
Could you imagine if I had random ones all over? Holy shit.
I was scared shit. And I'm like,
I was too. I was so nervous. And still, I haven't checked that in a while. I should probably check.
If they were 18 and only one more came out like Teresa Giudice, we would have been like, holy shit.
Honey, she's not my sister. She's yours.
Yeah, but we had a problem if she was something like her. Oh my God.
No, but you know what was so funny? My cousin actually did it. My first cousin, and he found a long lost daughter.
Oh yeah,
from a night on the town.
One night stand.
It was a one night stand.
Yep.
And he found his daughter from when he was 18. She looks like
I haven't seen a
his
picture of her.
identical twin
Really?
with hair. It's
Really?
insane. I've never seen anything like it. But he literally, isn't the world crazy? We can literally figure out anything at this point in life.
It. I am definitely not doing it.
We can turn our air conditioning on right now from my cell phone. It's crazy, the world that we live in. I know one thing has nothing to do with the other, but really, why are we so technical? We're pretty advanced.
I tell you what's advanced is the way you're looking right now. That's advanced.
I am a hot mess. And Joe, guys, I have to be honest with you guys. I have to tell you what Joe looks like right now.
What do I look like?
He has pink pimple cream in 3 spots of his face. One is on the very tip of his nose. I mean, the tippy tip,
like
tip of his nose. And the other 2 are on either side of his nose. And this is what I get the joy of looking at while I'm doing this podcast. I mean, could you have waited till right before you went to bed?
No, do I turn you on?
No, because you look like Rudolph in front of me.
Well, that's true love. See, that's what I love. That you still love me, and it's true love. No matter
Wait, I just said no.
Yes, you do. You love me. I know you do.
Did you hear me wrong? I said that does not turn me on. The Rudolph thing happening.
And see, I just ignore what you just said.
Okay,
and I'll come and attack
Joe
you.
is very good at like mind over matter.
Yeah, I don't give it.
He tells this to his friends
and
all
I don't
the time
matter.
too. That as for like a marriage advice or like relationship advice, like he's like, tell your mind that she's hot. Tell your mind mind that you want her.
Yeah, you had her 7,000 times, but just
don't go too close because I know it does that.
Yeah, you had her 7,000 times. Because a lot of guys are like, hey, listen, I had it so much, it's just boring. I go, no, just tell your mind is the most powerful tool you'll ever have. So when I come home and I'm driving home, I'm like, oh, can't wait to see her.
Oh, you have to amp yourself up. You don't just walk through the door and say, oh, my God, there she is. She's so gorgeous. My life.
And then I just put myself in a whole new level. And and I look at you like right now, I'm looking at you right now, and I'm like, woof.
Sometimes I think you were
Fierce.
born like somebody like dropped you on your head.
No, I'm smart.
You're very intense.
That's why we had this relationship. The way I touch you and hold you and squeeze you and tell you you're beautiful. See, matter of fact, I was driving with one of my friends last night, right? We drove about an hour and a half together. So yeah, I was driving with one of my friends. So we're just driving, and I go, so listen, man, when's the last time you... Why do
you ask people the last time they had sex?
Because I know.
Because you're so into it. Like, you want to know how couples are, how they have sex, how and why, and how many times, and are they into it? Like, why?
No. So you're wrong. You're wrong. What I'm into is trying to help somebody. Because I know there's a lot of people. There's a lot of marriages out there struggling.
Who are you, Dr. Ruth?
No, I don't know. Just I like to help people, and I really do. And I see there's a lot of people out there struggling, and they're not like me. I'm very aggressive. Like when I wanted you and I saw you, I attacked you in the right way.
I have to say that attack.
I did because it was like I was like a tiger in the woods, right? In the desert in Africa, and I was so starving. I was looking for my prey. I was hungry, but I wanted my mate.
Oh,
and I saw you bartending and that thing. And I came and I attacked you. And I said, you
saw me in Cancun first.
Yeah, and I came over and I said, you're going to be my wife. I'm going to put you on a pedestal and that's it. Your life's going to change.
I thought you were so cheesy.
Yeah. Where are you now? 17 years
I know.
later.
Somehow you wheeled me in, but I was like, oh, come on. And you were buying all the girls at the bar drinks while you were telling me, like, you will be my wife. I'm going to marry you. I've never seen anything like you.
Yeah, because you were playing. But
you were
game.
like, can I get a bottle of champagne for these girls over here?
Some strawberries. But, so I go, so we're driving, and we're driving for an hour and a half. And I just said, listen, man, what's going on, man? How are you with your marriage? I go, when's the last time you had sex with your wife? And he goes, oh, man, it's been a minute. I go, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, I don't know. He's kind of like stuttering a little bit. I go, well, how long's it been? He's like, it's been over a month. I go, what? Now this guy is like, he's 39 years old. Him and his wife, they're younger. They got their oldest daughter, I believe, is 11. So they have young kids. And I'm like, over a month? I go, bro, what the hell is that? I go, what are you guys, like roommates? He goes, no, it's just been, he goes, I don't know, man. He goes, I feel like she just doesn't want it. She's just not into me. So then I gave him some advice. I said, you go home. I said, do you think your wife is beautiful? He goes, yeah. I said, do you think she's sexy? He goes, yeah. Do you tell her? He goes, no. I go, well, go home and be a little bit more aggressive. Not aggressive, like just say aggressive, like, wow, you're beautiful. Like get into her. Like you just met her. Like you met her in a nightclub or you met her in a restaurant and you think you just give her, let her feel. Well, let her feel good, like, you know.
Trying to show you his intenseness. I want him to watch you.
No. So let her know, right? Like you feel good. So then he took my advice. Listen to this. So he went home, and he goes, "I'm gonna have a talk." And I said, "You got." And the most important thing about that, you got to have communication. You got to talk. What are you trying to do? She's trying to show the producer me. I get very into it. Yo, look at this. See, it's my pimple cream. All right, so now Melissa just moved over the laptop, so I'm looking at the producer. She wants to show my pimple cream, but I get so into this. So I tell him my advice. I said, listen, the biggest thing is communicating. You got to communicate with your spouse. You can't just be, you don't say anything. You got to go home. You got to tell her your feelings. Say, how do I feel? Listen, we're not having sex. We're not doing this. This is what I feel. How do you feel? So he went home and they started communicating. They started talking. So they start communicating. I said, you got to have communication. They start communicating. So she says to him, well, you haven't tried in a while. And I don't think you
So
want
is it a thing when like couples, like they play the game, like how long are you going to hold out? Or like, are you going to try it?
But this
I think
wasn't.
That's a thing. Like if no one's reaching their hand to like, what's the word called when you want to like initiate?
Initiate.
Like who's going to initiate
Right.
sex? I think that's like a thing, right? Like people get very annoyed.
Not annoyed. They just
when their partner doesn't like initiate.
Right. So then she says when he said, well, what's going on? We haven't had sex and all. She goes, well, you haven't really tried. And then he says, well, I don't think you want it. So they kind of had this like little communication thing going on. So that my advice was to him, I said, listen, you got to grab your woman and take her in and be the man and like show her attention. So then he goes, you know what I did? After we had that talk, we had like this talk, and he goes, you know what I did? He goes, then she went to give me a kiss to say, she gave me a kiss to go to good night. And then I grabbed her and I pulled her right onto me on the couch. He goes, I pulled her onto me.
Joe Gorga, the sex expert.
And I go, what happened? He goes, oh yeah, we had sex. He goes, I go now, but it's been over a month and a half. So how was it? Like, was it like intense?
Oh, Joe, that is like deep and personal. Like, what is wrong with you? You're like half a sicko. That is crazy.
Because I'm wondering, like, what would have happened to me after a month and a half? I probably would have been dead. Number one.
Yeah, because you're not a normal human being. You would have talked to me about divorce.
Yeah.
5 times.
Yeah, I would have been.
You
would
have sat me down and said, "What is this life? What are we doing here?
Yeah, what is it? What
There's no happiness here. We are dead.
We are dead.
We are not working." You would throw things like you would take your glass and you would bang it on the table every time you took a sip. You would be the most miserable human on earth because you could never go that long.
Yeah, because
But I don't know why. What's in your brain telling you? It's not like I don't know. Something in your brain tells you, like, if it's been over a week, that something is desperately wrong.
Well, it's because, listen, what else do we got to do? You get up every day, you go to work, right? You got to pay bills, you got to work, you got to deal with life, right? So what else is there? When you were single, you went out and you played a little bit. You flirted, you got on phone calls, you met somebody at the bar, you met somebody at the coffee spot, and you had some fun. So now you come home, you can't be just go to work and kids and misery. You gotta have some fun. You gotta have a little fun. You gotta keep the spice going.
I agree. You can't become roommates. That I will agree with. But like, you don't need to get so stressed out.
So then when I said to him, hold on. So I said to him, you haven't had sex in a month and a half. I go, so what happens? Do you sleep in another room and she sleeps in another room? He goes, no, we sleep in the same room. I go, so, but how do you do that? I mean, what do you do? Do you just sleep on your side and she sleeps on her side? Because you're obviously not cuddling. You're not doing any of that, right? So he goes, no. So bottom line is he grabbed his wife, pulled her onto him, and they had great sex. He goes, actually, it was very good.
Oh my God, Ray, we don't need details about your friend's sex. Let me ask you this. Let me ask, what do you think are like reasons that couples get into like the like sexual rut? Like they get into that rut, and once they fall into that hole, it's very hard to get out of it because I feel like it becomes a game almost, and it becomes like a challenge and like a mind fuck.
Yep.
A little bit because you're both like, well, why isn't he touching me? And she's thinking the same thing, and you're both like, well, I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to initiate
wait for him.
and they wait, and who's going to do it, and then when they do it, it's weird because it's been long and you guys are awkward. And why does that happen?
It happens because it happened to us once. I mean, because I was waiting on you, and I'm like, listen, I'm waiting on her and see if you do something. I remember that time? It was a while ago, and I said,
yeah, but you just keep waiting.
Yeah, and I was waiting. I said, well, I'm going to hold out. I'm going to hold out and see if she does anything. And you didn't do anything. Because
you have made me so used to the fact that you initiate. Like, I never like, there's not even any time for me to think about it because it's like, oh, wait. I
can't let you think too long because if you think too long, it's going to be over. So I got to get you.
Why don't you actually try letting it go a couple weeks and see if I initiate?
Couple weeks. You want me to be a father to these children? I'll be dead.
Go take a jog or something. Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah, right. Look at you. You're happy. You got a smile from ear to ear. You're so happy because I make you happy. So if you, if,
Well, I
if
think
listen,
speaking for some women, it does make you, there's a sense of like validation when your husband wants you or your man wants you. And there's a sense of like,
and vice versa.
like it makes you feel confident. It makes you feel like, oh, okay, I'm looking good. I feel like I just watched an old episode of Everybody Loves Raymond and they were literally doing this and I love that show.
There you go, yes.
And they were both doing this and she was dressing sexy and like getting in the bed trying to tease him and he wasn't giving in, and then he was putting on like silk boxers and he wasn't giving in, and it was like the two. So this just goes on in marriages. It's not. It does. It really does, and it's a mind game for a minute, but it also makes a girl. You know, she was saying in the episode like, what am I gaining weight? Like, what am I not looking good? Like, I think I'm aging. Like, it makes a girl feel like she's, you know, like, why doesn't he want me? And probably vice versa. You guys probably feel the same. Like, why doesn't this girl think I'm hot?
Right.
Maybe I got to hit the gym.
Yeah. So my advice, and I wanted to talk about it, is because, listen, I come home and, you know, what I did today, and I'm going to go talk very quietly because I have kids. I came home. My wife had normal jeans on and she just had this little white tutu. And I was like, wow, look at her.
Tube top, honey.
Whatever it was.
What'd you call it? A tutu?
Yeah, tutu, top, whatever it was.
Tube top.
Yeah. So the bottom line is where I'm getting at, that you really have to go back to when you first met and keep the spice going. And, you know, and a lot of relationships just get caught up and it gets worse and it just keeps going and going and going because does he want me? Does she want me? He's not trying. I'm not trying. And it just gets worse. And little by you know it, you know, some people go almost a year without having
it goes,
and it's terrible.
No, it's a very vicious cycle. So if you feel the cycle coming on, it's better to like grasp it right in the beginning, because the longer it goes, the actual harder it is to get out of the cycle. And then the hard feelings come and the arguments come, and it's a vicious cycle. So somebody out there, be the bigger person. That's all I'm going to say.
Definitely.
I can't necessarily say it's always me because I'm not, but I just am telling you, couples, if you're listening, someone just be the bigger person. Just do it. It makes life much easier. Why do you have to drag it on? You know you love each other, and that's that.
That's right. Keep it real.
Right? Okay.
Communication, big in relationships.
Guys, you know me, and if I know one thing, it's definitely New Jersey. This place is incredible, and there is so much to do here. There is never a boring weekend, and I know that you will all have such a great time when you come to visit this beautiful state that I call home. So why not boost your mood in New Jersey with dining and nightlife hotspots? I've hit them all up, I know them all, and they're all incredible. Atlantic City casinos are the best for live entertainment. They have award-winning restaurants and gaming. They're perfect for nights out with your friends. Girls' nights, guys' nights, you name it. It's just the perfect night out. You can hit up all of the downtowns and main streets in every region of this state. And these are all filled with trendy dining spots, arts, culture, and shops. Some of my favorites are Hoboken, Morristown, and of course Ridgewood, where you can find Envy and come shop at my store. And let's not forget Central Jersey. There's Cranford, there's Somerville, and of course Princeton. There's Toms River, which is somewhere in the middle, and you know I love Toms River because it's my hometown. And you know we can't forget about the Jersey Shore, Asbury Park, Spring Lake, Point Pleasant, and Cape May. So much to do at the Jersey Shore and so many memories I have there. Plan your getaway now. Find out more at visitnj.org. All right, so besides like grilling your friends as you ride around with them about their marital sex life and how that's going, talk to me about...
I helped them.
Okay. You always say you help everybody with that. I think you
them.
just think you're like...
No, I just like to help people.
Sex educator.
No, it's just, you know, people get
You
caught up
need
in
a
life.
degree for that, by the way.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just like to help people.
What else is going on in life? You're building our house. We're moving along with the house, right?
Yeah, I'm building a house. I'm building a few buildings, you know, apartment buildings, but the house is... Spent a lot of time there. It's killing me because I just want to get it right. And
we're hoping to get in by the end of August, hopefully.
No, I want to get in the beginning of August.
I don't see that happening. I'm going to go with like the end of
August.
Why do
you always do that? If I'm the one doing it and I tell you I'm going to get in at this time,
because I don't want to set
right.
my expectations too high.
No, well, set them high, because you know what? I set a goal.
You guys heard it here first. I will definitely, the first couple weeks of August, let you know who won this conversation. But I believe in undersell and over deliver.
Nope.
So therefore, I'm gonna go with the end of August. But you're not underselling. You're overselling.
No, we're gonna get in August. And listen, I get things done. The tree got in, show up. Everybody's like, we can't.
I know. You were on Instagram the other day, up in a tree.
Yeah.
What you get a little monkey, so tan too up there in the
Look
tree.
at you. Yes, little monkey.
Yes, with your little sawzall.
So no, the tree guy never showed up. We have to build the detached garage, and I'm like, these trees are in the way. So I said, you know what? I'll do it. I got up there and I just climbed the tree, and I used to climb trees when I was younger. My God, it's so different. But I got up there and I got it done.
You're out of shape, right?
And my friend, Chris showed up. He just showed up right. No, I'm not in shape. Look at me.
Well, you're out of shape to climb a tree.
No, I'm not. No, I'm a beast. You married a beast. I'll be 85 years old and climbing those trees. So Chris showed up. He was walking by. My friend comes up and he shows up as I'm cutting this big branch. I almost killed him. Because he walked right under.
He almost fell.
Yeah, so I cut this monster tree down. It felt good. It makes me feel young. It keeps me young, Well,
you like to do like hard work still. You still like work hard.
Because I like it. I was brought up, I had an Italian father. He was a hard worker, and he just, he drilled me from a kid, and I just go to work. And I just got to get stuff done, and I really do. And I just keep going. Should I change? Yeah, because I hurt. My back's killing me. My body's starting to kill me. Yeah, I should start. But I got to get it done. So I got to get the house done to make my wife happy. Happy wife, happy life.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here first. Joe says beginning of August. I say end of August. So let's see who wins this conversation. This will to be continued. Also, going on in our lives, it's so funny. Actually, right before we started this podcast, we just realized that we triple booked a date. So these are parent problems, right? So Joe booked a comedy show a while ago, in your defense.
That was a while. That's
a long time ago. This one's going to be in Red Bank. On a specific date that I just found out is Gino's graduation, which obviously we cannot miss that. So we might have to try to change the date.
But what's wrong with these schools? Don't they know they're graduating at a certain time? They should put this out 6 months ago.
I know, but maybe they did, and I'm
3 weeks.
I can't blame anyone because I don't know if I'm just seeing the email now. I mean, I'm just seeing the email, but they probably sent out 1 month ago, if I'm being honest. I don't know, but I'm just seeing it now.
My gosh.
And it's for next month, but still, it's fine. But we as busy parents go our next month is booked already, right? So that's a problem for us where a lot of people are probably great, wonderful. Meanwhile, we have 3 different things on that night that we need to now cancel. Are you going to cancel that comedy show or is that going to be difficult?
I got to call my manager. I got to see if I can do that. It's hard.
You can maybe just switch the date to the next night or something even.
They're all booked. It's hard.
Or the night before or the night after.
We got to see. But this is what happens.
Yeah, well, this is parent problems, guys. This happens to us all the time. 3 things in one day. It's either everything or nothing. Do you ever feel like that? We either have a million things going on or nothing. Oh, I have some other exciting news. Joe and I are heading out to LA next week because I am presenting at the MTV Movie Awards. I am very excited.
Yes.
So all my listeners, all my On Display listeners, you definitely need to tune into the MTV Awards on June 5th because I will be presenting with Teresa. The two of us will be presenting an award. I don't actually know what award we're presenting for, but I think it's one of I've always wanted to say or be there and be and the winner is. So that's super exciting.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. You're coming to that, right?
Yes. What did you always want to do that?
Plus, our show's up for some awards. Teresa and Margaret for Best Fight. Teresa for Best Reality Star.
Wait. So Teresa and Margaret for Best Fight?
Yeah, that's a category.
Oh, those two together.
Yeah.
Okay.
For reality TV, for unscripted television.
Okay.
Teresa as Best Reality Star.
Okay.
She's up for that. And the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip is up also.
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome. There's a lot of close things going on there for us that it's exciting. I mean, I hope Teresa wins because I want her to bring it home, obviously. I hope the Real Housewives, I hope the Ultimate Girls Trip wins also. And I hope Margaret and Teresa win Best Fight because then we'll just, the Jersey girls will just take it all.
Well, let me say, that's pretty wild. Look, did you ever think that you'll be presenting an award at the MTV Awards? Would you ever did you ever think that in your life?
I mean, I don't know, actually. Probably not.
What do you mean? No, you were...
No, because as a little girl, I was a girl who watched it. I watched not just that, the Grammys, the Emmys. Like, I looked for, like, everything. The VMAs, like, they're all my favorite. I used to sit and, like, watch the red carpets and watch those shows. Never missed one.
So when you were a little girl, what did you want to be when you were a little girl?
What did I want to be when I grew up?
Yeah.
I mean, I used to sing all the time in a hairbrush. I was definitely one of those. And I have like a lot of videos of my dad recording me singing to Michael Jackson. So
what does that mean? You want to be
and
a
here's
singer?
the other thing. Michael Jackson back in the 80s when, I was very young, but I remember being like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And that's when the Grammys and the music awards were huge. I mean, it was huge. And Michael Jackson would like win so many awards. And I had the biggest crush on him. And when he would come up, he would say, if I win one more award, I'm going to take off my sunglasses. And everybody would go crazy. And then like after the show was over, he would show his new music video to like Beat It, and we'd all sit and wait for that. Like, music and these award shows used to be huge. Like, it was like a thing. They were the best things ever. I feel like they're trying to bring it back, like bring back the award show craze, because it's an awesome night. You get to watch all these celebrities live on TV. I personally love it. It's like one of my favorite things. You know me, I'm glued to the TV whenever an award show is on.
So you didn't answer the question. So what did you want to be when you grew up? A singer or an actress?
No, I think ultimately a teacher. I used to like set up my I used to set up my bedroom like a classroom. I had the biggest chalkboard that you have ever seen in your life. Like, the biggest chalkboard. I mean, it was the size of like my dad got me the one that was the size almost that you would have in class. And I had the chalk holder with chalk. Like, I had all the books from the bookstore that was like with the answers, the teacher's answers. Like, I truly wanted to be a teacher.
And you became a teacher.
Not really. I mean, I did. I graduated school. I became a teacher for like 6 months. And then you made me quit my job.
I didn't make you.
You kind of did. And now I'm a reality star. Is that not crazy?
I didn't make. I said, listen, you don't have to work. Come work with me.
You didn't make me, but you really persuade me.
I didn't persuade you.
You were like, that's great and all that you got this job, but like, you're going to have a boss. And if I want to go on vacation, we're not going to ask your boss if you can go on vacation. We're just going to go on vacation. And I'm like, no, Joe, actually you have to go on certain days when the kids are on spring break or like, and you're like, yeah, that's not going to work for us. So you're going to have to work in my office. Like, see the things I do for you? I gave up my dream of being Mrs. Marco, Miss Marco, that teacher, English teacher.
You could go back to being a teacher. You can do it now if you want. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I'm a little past that now, I think. I've somehow found my way onto unscripted television. Thank you very much. And I think I'm doing pretty well.
So now you're presenting at the MTV Awards. That's pretty big.
Very exciting.
Wow.
I have Envy. Envy's doing awesome. So I don't know if I'd go back into being a teacher. Also, another exciting thing I want to tell all my listeners.
You didn't ask me what I wanted to be when I would grow up.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Another exciting thing that I wanted to tell all my listeners, Joe, is that I have my whole workout accessory line right now.
Oh yeah.
That if you guys are anywhere near a Ross stores, you need to go and check it out. All things that everyone always asks me about my workouts and like, how I do it, and I work out from home a lot. So I curated a bunch of different pieces that an accessory line that you can work out from home. So make sure you guys go look in Ross stores. If you're in the UK, TJ Maxx, and make sure you guys Gabe's stores if you're around one of those. So make sure you guys check those out.
I love the bands. You got the best bands. I've tried so many bands, but those bands, I do biceps with them.
Yeah.
I love them. They're the best.
I have bands. I have jump ropes. I have so much stuff. So yes, make sure you guys check it out and definitely DM me if you do, because I love seeing people with my workout equipment. Okay, I want to know now, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be an NFL football player.
Oh, please.
Please.
So typical.
Yeah, I thought
you're too tiny, baby.
Who's tiny?
You.
What the hell's wrong with you?
You like pint sized.
Pint sized?
Yeah, look at you.
What are you about?
Look at you, so cute.
Pint size. You're afraid. It was the bigger you are, the harder you fall, baby.
Oh, I know. Your
Remember
mother used to
that.
say, "You see my Jovi? He like a little mouse.
he's a
He
little mouse.
run with that football. Like he run. Touch it down to Joe Gorga.
That's right. That's all they
Touch
said.
it down to Joe Gorga."
That's right. Hit every newspaper. I was amazing. I knew I was going to NFL. I was going to NFL. I thought it was going to be somewhere famous. Then I went and saw a psychic,
Yeah,
right?
you were going to be famous, all right. Here you are.
Here I am.
You're
baby.
famous for being famous.
No, I went to see a psychic one time. She goes, "Oh, my God." I walked in the room. She looked at me. Her eyes went up. "Oh, my God. I see lights everywhere." I go, "Oh, shit. I'm going to be in NFL." Yeah, okay.
Do you know something really funny? Because I don't really agree with, like, I don't want to know my future, but I did do it once or twice when I was like 21, 22. And both of the women told me the same thing, which I think is crazy, that I'm going to end up living in California, both of them. And both of them said, "I see you around so many famous people." Like basically saying that you're going to be famous. And I looked at them like, huh? I said, "I really do love singing." That's what I said. See? And they were like, "I don't." And I was like, and then I went to the next one and she told me the same exact thing. "You're going to end up in California and we see that you're going to be famous." And I was like, these women are crazy. Would I have rather been in a big motion picture? Sure. But here I am on Bravo TV on your unscripted television division, up for an award at the MTV Movie Awards. I think I'm doing pretty well.
Pretty good, babe. Pretty good.
I like to make fun of myself. It's fun. I mean, we can't take ourselves too seriously, right? I mean, I don't know. Speaking of like reality TV and speaking of fame, if we weren't on television, do you see our relationship, like, do you think it would be different than it is now?
Would it be different? Yes.
Why? Because you would be in charge and I wouldn't, and I would not like that.
That's not true.
Yeah, I like having my own money. I'm not going to lie. And I have my own money because of this TV show. I mean, we can't deny that.
Bullshit. Listen, you always had your own money because I gave
From
it to
what?
you. What do you mean? You always had your own credit card. You did whatever
Oh, I
you
did.
wanted.
Oh, no. I'm not saying that you wouldn't give it to me. I'm just saying I like not having to ask for it.
You didn't have to ask. You didn't ask. You went to the mall. You bought whatever the hell you wanted. Who the fuck? Who are you kidding? You know?
I like
That's
spending my own money.
See, that's the difference of now. You on what happens is you think you grew wings. I grew wings. Now I can fly.
I want to fly like a kite.
Yeah, but see, that's wrong. See, I had wings before you, but I don't flap them.
Well, I was in college.
I don't flap my wing.
You didn't go to college. You went straight to work.
I went to college
for like a half a semester.
I went for a year. I went for a complete year.
You went for a half a semester.
Okay, there you go. I went for a year, and it was crazy, and I did so much in a year that that was enough for 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I went to work, and which was fine. Listen, but listen, when I met you, my wings were wide open, but I met the love of my life, and I put my wings down.
But I get what you're saying. All I'm saying is, if it wasn't for the reality TV show, I would still be asking you for a $100 bill here and there.
No, not a $100 bill. Listen, as we progressed and as we got older, you know.
Well, that's one of the things that I like.
Yeah, you like your little independence, which is fine, which is good. I like that too. I like that. I like that you have your
hands up at me.
No, but I like that you have your independence. Like you have envy. You can go to work. It keeps you busy. Listen, as a man, as we get older, no, really, and this is not being mean or rude. Like we men, we're like, please stay busy. We want our wives to stay busy because
we're off your back.
Yeah, no, you'll just drive us crazy. Like I'm bored. I'm this. I'm like, don't kill me. I don't know what to do. Now you got to go buy your clothes for envy. You got to get.
I'm very
the girls
busy.
Don't show up. You got issues. You got this one's quit and that one's this and this. You're busy. You got to go film. You got to do good. Stay busy. It's awesome. I love it. You know, be independent.
Were you trying to get me out of your hair?
No, but it's good because if you weren't, there's a problem. Then you're bored and whatever in life. I'd rather you stay busy.
Speaking of staying busy, I feel like you and I need a vacation. We're like due for a vacation soon. I mean, we do have a couple things planned, right? Vacation?
It's summertime in New Jersey. Why would you want to leave this place? It's
listen,
beautiful right now. Come on.
It really is. I mean, we are big Jersey Shore people in the summer. I feel like we utilize the whole state, right? So like we're up north all the time in the winter, and then we're down at the Jersey Shore for the whole summer, which
Yeah,
is
but
kind of
I
we're
think-
lucky that we get to do that.
Listen, I've traveled so many places, right, with this comedy stuff right now, and I feel we live in the best part of the world. We really do. I'm telling you, because in the summer we're lucky. We have casinos. We got Atlantic City. We got all the Jersey Shores. You got Wildwood, New Jersey. That everybody, no one knows the Jersey Shores, how great they are. You got Ortley Beach. They're just amazing. Seaside. Remember
And
the
we kind of
boardwalks?
grew up there since
Yeah.
we've been young. We've been going to all these places. I mean, I feel like people that don't know New Jersey, they have no idea how beautiful our beaches are and how huge they are. They're huge. We have so many beaches.
You got Wildwood. Wildwood's amazing. Right? Wildwood, the Seaside, Ortley Beach. You got Asbury Park with all the new high rises.
LBI is like huge.
Oh,
There's
LBI.
Ocean City. There's Cape May. There's Sea Isle City. I mean, there's so many iconic beaches.
Atlantic City.
Can't forget Seaside Heights, New Jersey.
I said Seaside.
That's like our stomping ground where we grew up. Seaside Park actually is a beautiful beach too.
That's where the governor, what's his name, goes. He's got his
governor?
house. Yeah, the governor.
Oh.
The old governor of New Jersey.
Oh, Chris Christie.
Chris Christie. That's
Yeah?
his little hiding spot right there, Seaside Park, New Jersey.
Really?
Yep.
Our shore house is in Tom's River, which we've had a shore house in Tom's River for what? Like at least 15 years
17
now.
years since we've been married.
Well, since Antonia.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was pregnant with Antonia when we got that house on the Jersey Shore.
Yep.
And there's nothing like it. I will say it's the only place that we like put down our cell phones and we really feel like we're somewhere else. And a lot of our friends who have beach houses or go down to the beach for the weekend say the same thing. They feel like they're not even they feel like they're traveling.
Well, you know how I explain it to everybody? I said, once I get on that parkway, it's an hour and a half away.
Right.
And as soon as I get off that exit and enter Seaside, Tom's River area, I just feel different. I feel relaxed. I always say I feel like I'm in Hawaii, but I'm
just
not.
ready to
no,
chill.
but there's just something different. I get in our backyard, that open bay. You get, we go down to the beach, the boardwalks.
It really is great. I mean, it's great for like dating. It's great for nightlife. And then the kids. I mean, nothing beats the boardwalks, all the games at the boardwalks. There's all the rides at the boardwalk. I mean, it really is the best. I mean, and then you want to talk about rides. There's Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey, which Six Flags is amazing.
Kinder Ka, baby. One of the biggest roller coasters.
I know. I can't. You
around.
and Antonia went on that. I can't believe. My favorite is Batman. I love Batman.
I took Antonia on. She was only like all my kids.
8. She had to be
8 years old, and I snuck her on the ride. She wasn't tall enough, and now all my kids they love these rides. Really. What? Why are you laughing at me?
I don't know if you could say I snuck her on the rides.
Yeah, who cares? Put her right on the ride. It was great. King the Ka. She loved it.
I mean, there's the Cape May Zoo. There's Point Pleasant. There's Jenkinson's. I mean, I could go on and on and on.
I love Atlantic City. You didn't mention Atlantic City. Atlantic City's great.
Atlantic City, you love because you
Gamble.
love to play the games. You love to gamble. I mean, listen, I used to go to the clubs in Atlantic City. Like all the big hotels have great nightlife.
Look, that's all you talk about.
I loved it. I had
so. You
know how many bachelorette parties I have been
Oh.
to? The bachelorette parties that are in Atlantic City, like every weekend.
Get
it's
over
insane.
it. It's over now. It's over.
I can still go.
Bachelorette parties.
There's a couple bachelorette parties still going on.
Yeah, we used to.
I mean, and you know what else New Jersey is known for? Boutiques and shopping. We have so many boutiques and so much shopping. It's crazy. I mean, obviously, Envy's in New Jersey and Ridgewood. Ridgewood alone is such a great town, guy. There's like a center of town and you can walk around, you can shop, you can grab an ice cream, you sit outside and eat. The village of Ridgewood is insane. It's actually one of my favorite cities in New Jersey. Another amazing thing that I absolutely love about New Jersey is that everything's only a couple hours away. You can literally go to the top of New Jersey and drive all the way down to the bottom within a couple hours. So everything is like right at your fingertips if you want to travel and try out the whole state. It's only a couple hours away, which is awesome. I mean, you can literally go doorstep to doorstep in a couple hours.
Yep.
So Really, there's so much to do. You never even have to leave New Jersey. There's so many reasons to plan a New Jersey getaway. You can wine, you can dine, you can hike, you can play. I mean, whether you're a child or an adult, there's just so much you can do. You can celebrate events with your friends, or you can just stick your toes in the sand at the Jersey Shore. If you guys are looking for a website to really help you navigate and to come up with some great plans, definitely go to visitnj.org.
Let me tell you something. The best athletes come out of Jersey. You know, when we go
Jersey has some of the best athletes.
When all the
That's
football,
a fact.
Yes, when all the football recruits come down and they see they want the Jersey boys. They're like, yep. And then when we go wrestle, we go to different states to wrestle. Everybody's scared of Jersey.
No,
we always win. We win every tournament.
Well, New Jersey is known for wrestling.
Yeah, we're beasts in Jersey.
Yes,
Jersey.
but not only that. I mean, we had like Frank Sinatra. We have Kelly Ripa. We have
Joe Gorga.
We have Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. We have like a lot of. I could keep going
Chris
and
Rock.
going and going. Chris Rock.
Run DMC.
Cardi B's over here in Jersey. Who else? Russell Simmons. I mean, I could just go on and on and on and on.
Go.
Yeah, Rick Ross. Who else? Name more. Buddy Velasco.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Jersey talent here. Victor Cruz.
Melissa.
All right, we can just go on and on. This is like a game. Like, who could think of all the talent that's hidden in New Jersey? Oh, what about all the Jersey Shore peeps? That's talent.
Oh, you got talent.
I don't
all
know.
The athletes,
That's talent.
Talent.
That's talent. As you guys know, I love the Jersey Shore. Being able to get away and enjoy the peaceful time by the water is something that everyone needs in their life. I mean, that's why Joe and I have a shore house, to do exactly that. Let me tell you about the beaches in New Jersey. First of all, do you know that there are 130 miles of sun-kissed coastline in New Jersey? Yes, there really is. And there's a beach for everyone. Are you looking for a beach that's family friendly? Let me tell you, Ocean City gets the stamp of approval from the kids and the parents. Do you enjoy soft sands and iconic action-packed boardwalk? Well, then you have to go to Wildwood. Want to stick your toes in the sand at the beach that's a little more relaxed? We're going to choose Cape May, LBI, or Avalon. Okay, so do you love action and nightlife? Because I know I do. There's Atlantic City's beach, which is 100% free and has an amazing boardwalk too. You guys can use it just to take a nice stroll. You can relax, but we cannot forget that Atlantic City has the casinos and so many spots to go to dinner. And guys, if you haven't visited Asbury Park yet, you have no idea what you're missing. My cousin lives there. I'm there all the time. You have to check it out. From the beach to the mural-lined boardwalk, it's definitely a must-see. But plan your getaway now. Find out more at visitnj.org. All right. So you said that you would want to be a football player, right? Like, speaking of like football and talent from New Jersey, what position would you have played? And what team would you...
Running back, honey. Running back.
Hey,
I scored
mouse,
a
you're
touchdown.
so fast, you little mouse. You're so fast.
Would you stop with that nonsense?
Like a little mouse, my sonny. Run.
Yeah, that's right. I'd have loved to. I thought I was going to play for the Giants.
You did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, in your dreams. Like half of the little boys in America all think they're going to play for the New York Giants, honey.
I thought I was that good.
Oh, my God.
Then I got hurt and it was over. Then I met you. Woo! Changed my whole life.
Yes, it did.
Changed my whole life.
Best thing that ever happened to you. Look at these kids. You see these kids?
You are. The best gave me a beautiful little family, and it's amazing.
Yeah, well, that's what's important in life, right? I can't believe how big our kids are getting too.
My God.
Guys, another thing, I don't know, all the parents out there, we're picking out a car right now for Antonia. And it's like, oh, it's no joke. Her birthday is in August. She takes the driving test in August. She turns 17. And it's like she's definitely suggesting cars, and I think they're totally ridiculous, the cars that she's suggesting. And I also think that like she's telling me some of the cars her friends are getting, and I'm like, oh my God, like I can't even believe it. It's crazy. And so I guess we'll see ultimately. I think Joe and I don't really see eye to eye on this. I think he wants to get her whatever she wants.
Yep.
Right.
My little baby girl.
Yeah, but like I don't know that makes sense. I have to be honest. So we'll see. You'll also see in August. Recap in August. Lots of stuff happening in August for the Gorgas. Is the house going to be done, and what kind of car will Antonia be driving?
But let me tell you why. Listen, I feel like if your daughter's doing the right thing, she's doing great in school, and she's a good kid.
And you can afford it.
And I can afford it. Why not? If you can. And why not? Why not get her what she wants? Make her happy. She did just get two beautiful letters. One from her teacher that wrote the most beautiful thing about her and what a great kid she is, and that she's the reason she went into teaching is to teach kids like Antonia, which was really sweet. And then I just recently got a letter from her superintendent, telling her she's on the honor roll and she's doing so well. So if we tally that up, I'm going to put her towards a little bit nicer car just for those simple reasons alone. We just get her I just feel like, I like to give my kids everything, but I want them to work for it also. Knowing that, listen, here, you can have this, but look how hard I work. So if you want this in life, you got to go to work.
Right. So let's make her go to work.
Well, she's in school. She does sports.
Okay.
And cheerleading.
Who do you think is the hardest kid to say no to in this family?
For me?
Yeah.
All of them. Really?
Well, it depends, right? So it's which one's relentless? We can both answer that. Gino. Oh, my God. He needs what he needs, what he wants, how he wants. Gino is the quiet one on the TV show, and, people think he's the quiet one, but he is so demanding, right? Yeah. And Tony is not that far off from him. I will say Joey is the easiest child that we have.
He definitely takes after me.
No, he's so chill. He would take every hand-me-down. I don't know if it's third child or what it is. I mean, I'm the third child, and I'm definitely the coolest.
Yeah.
So it might have something to do with being the third child, but Joey is my chill baby, my sweet boy. Yes, he is. He would take every hand-me-down we ever gave him. Yeah. And never ask for anything new. So that's why I feel like we should give it to him because he doesn't demand it ever. Right?
Okay. All right. What else we got?
Another fun thing going on in our lives is Antonia is going to go to her first prom.
Prom.
Yes. So she's going to go to the junior prom with her boyfriend, which is nice. I decided that I boyfriend. Because you always stressed out if she would have a boyfriend, but I actually like that because I feel like it doesn't make them jump around. I'd rather her just this boy's very nice. He was here. Yeah, he was here last night and they were hanging out in the kitchen and talking to me.
Of course, I wasn't home. That's why.
No, I kind of like that. Instead of her stressing out over boys and being some of the girls that don't have a boyfriend, it's they like one boy one week, they like another boy the next week. I kind of like that she has this nice normal kid that we talk to.
So is it time to have a sit down with him?
No,
I gotta have a sit down.
Absolutely
they're going
not.
To the prom?
We're gonna go to the prom, and we're gonna watch them take pictures together. It's gonna be so cute.
Really?
Yeah. We're gonna go do the picture thing like the parents do.
And then what? I gotta have a little talk with him. Me and him. Pull him aside.
No.
Have a little talk.
You see him in the gym. He says he sees you in the gym.
He's scared.
Antonia's banging her hands on everything. All right, fine.
Why? Nobody hears this. What do you think? He's listening to us? The parents?
She's not saying anything bad.
What do we say?
Do you guys hear this? Antonia is yelling at us from the kitchen to stop. So we're gonna cut the convo on her boyfriend. I think that's a sign right there that this is a wrap on Joe Gorga on display for today.
This is very hard for me. This is difficult. So, the moment you were born, I broke out in hives for a reason.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for listening. We are going to get back to our crazy house and our crazy kids. We love you guys so much. Joe, thank you for joining me today and talking to me about this beautiful state of New Jersey.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to be on your podcast.
Great. What do you want to watch on TV later?
I don't know, something, because I'm ready.
I need a good show. Oh, I know what I want to watch.
What?
Candy. It's called Candy.
Candy. Okay.
Yes, it's with Jessica Biel. I think it's Netflix. Mm-hmm. I've been dying to see this, so we're going to go watch that.
All right, good.
All right, everybody,
thank you.
Have a good night, and we will talk to you soon.
Peace out.
Love you.
Bye.